Well, obviously we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they're raping everybody out here.
Only need good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes, can't lie, good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes. Been waiting so patient, I'm going places, can't fake it. My heart is so cold, my energy is contagious. All the pain, I can't take it. I'm staying grounded and graceful, cause I know everything that I've been through only made me. Count on my blessings daily, yeah, they've been acting shady. But I don't take it personal, the memory's fading. I'm enjoying the moment, I've been slowing the roses. Taking time to reflect, stepping back, the truth unfolding, unfolding. Nothing to prove, cause I'm not the blow. I've been in the booth, speaking for my soul. You know that I'm true, either way it go, way it go. Either way it goes, I cannot turn close. Staying on the low, I've been protecting my soul. If your intentions are not pure, I can't let you get too close. Cause I'm vibrating high. Ain't got time for your ego. These niggas quit to turn me back. Acting like the amigos, he never cared in the shows. Wasn't with you at your lows, assuming that you gonna fold. But baby, I've been growing ever since I let you go. And I've been doing better, and I know that hurts to know. Hurts to know. Only good vibes around me, and that's for sure. Good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes, only good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes, only good vibes. Can't lie, only good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes. You see me searching for my inner peace, I've been learning more about myself and my purpose. Truth always come to the surface, was hurting, but I had to heal. Releasing all the pain that I always held. Letting my soul real. Only good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes. Only good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes. Only need good vibes. I can't lie. Only good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes.
It was our job to help law enforcement.
Vibe, yeah. Only good vibes, only good vibes.
Okay. Welcome. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, August 4th. Okay, we are here. Hey, Tuesday, August 4th already. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? All right, good to see everyone. I'm glad to see you. Welcome into the show. This is our show, the Delphi Files, episode 1, another look at the 2019 documentary. Okay, it's something new for us. I said we're going to be doing some going back in time, right? So we are starting our journey going back in time into the Delphi murders fiasco. And I thought that a really good day or way for us to kick this off today is to take a look at this documentary, which is so illuminating in more ways than one. And we're going to look at that tonight. And I think you guys are going to absolutely be shocked. Okay. And if you're new to the Delphi case and have only come around since Richard Allen, okay, you're going to learn a lot. If you have missed any of this, you're going to absolutely be shocked by what you're going to see and hear today. I guarantee you. I think so many people easily forget what's already been known, what's already been covered, what's already known to be and to exist. And it's just it's a problem in our society, in our day and age. We have a very short-term memory, where the news cycle updates every 15 minutes, and our smart devices update every fucking 30 seconds or 15. So our attention spans have grown so short that we've really forgotten how to remember and to retain that which we've already known. So whether you're a new viewer who's never seen this, or an older viewer who's already seen this and forgotten, you're going to absolutely be shocked today by what you're going to see. Now, keeping in mind that what you're going to see tonight was filmed in February and March of 2019. So that makes it 2 years after the murders of Abigail Williams and Liberty German. So a mere 2 years after. We're going to take somewhat of we're going to time travel and take a trip into the past, so to speak, through the lens of this documentary. And we're going to see in February, March of 2019, 2 years after the murders and prior to the arrest of Keegan Kline, the arrest of Richard Allen, to the all the debacles and the trial of Richard Allen, we're going to kind of hit the reset button. And that's the way I wanted to start this show off tonight. Or to be honest, to start the series off, because this is our new series. So we're done with the Delphi series. We're done with the Let's Talk Delphi series. And I decided that today is the day we're going to start our new series. And this series is titled The Delphi Files. So we will be looking forward to this new series where we're going to go back and review everything that's existed before, because we've already done these deep dives into these legal documents. We've looked at the entire case, the pre-trial hearings and motions of Richard Allen. We looked at the entire trial through the transcript, all the filings, through the post-conviction scenario and all of this. And I think we're so well versed in all of that, and the resource exists here on the channel for all of you with all of that. I think it's absolutely time for us to truly go back and review everything from the past. And that's what this series is about, the Delphi Files. Well, we will be going through my files and our group's files to go back and see and review with a renewed perspective to see anything we might have missed. Okay. And anyhow, I'm so glad to see all the regular viewers in here. I truly appreciate you for coming in, and the new viewers. I truly appreciate you coming in if you're new. All right. Hello to Matt Payton, Oh Hey Christina, Anarch, Dewey, Brittany Renee, Emily121, Sunflower Soul, American Night Mom, David Rogers, A.M. Malone and the Mighty Foo, Rebecca Ann, Critter Mama, Pertinent, any new viewers who've come in, and everyone else who happens to be watching. It's a new day. Woodcutter, Criminal Sociology, KB. I don't want to miss anyone, but hello to all of you nevertheless. Okay, Fur Baby Daddy, Lowered Customs. Glad to see everybody and everyone who will come in. And please do me a favor and hit that like. Okay, hit the like button. As you come in, please subscribe. Remember to subscribe to the channel and like. I truly appreciate the following here. And so if you appreciate the content, go ahead and keep track of us by hitting the notifications and subscriptions so that you all can be up on everything that we do here, because we will be going back and really exploring the files. So I'm good to see all of you. And thanks for coming in and chatting, and also on the replay, leaving the comments. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. And thank you to my main mod, Deb here. This is Deb saying anyone she's missed. Been running around with the hair on fire. But please enjoy, thank, and respect Deb in the chat. She's my absolute phenomenal angelic mod here. And we got the Troll Patrol saying, hey everyone, I'm new on YouTube and my name is Ben. Okay, we got Elizabeth Park, 4832. Okay, and anyone else, okay? Goose's Gammy. I'm going to forgo the rest of the greetings and just greet you all collectively and say thanks for coming in. And as I mentioned, please do leave a comment down below if you're in the replay. We love to hear from our viewers. So with that being said, I think that I would like to get started so we don't delay too long. Okay, so we will go ahead and get started, and we'll be checking out this amazing presentation that we're going to be diving into tonight. Now, give me a moment and I'll get everything together here. Please put your earphones on or turn your earbuds up, whatever you need to do. This should be pretty interesting, and it's going to take us a moment.
I think of what the last half hour of those girls' lives were like. Nobody should have to go through that.
Two years ago, two teenagers were brutally murdered in the woods. The killer has not been caught.
I've never seen a death certificate. I've never seen a police report. There's not going to be a graduation.
Well, got to stop it there already. Got to stop it there already, right? Did you hear that? Listen to that again.
I've seen a death certificate.
This is 2019, again, 2 years after the murders, and this is a parent.
The killer has not been caught.
I've never seen a death certificate. I've never seen a police report. There's not going to be a graduation. Poor grandbabies.
I've never seen a death certificate. I've never seen a police report. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Violence is deafening around here.
So why am I lying on a rotted out train trestle in Delphi, Indiana, 80 feet in the air, in the dead of winter? Because to understand what might have happened to Liberty German and Abigail Williams on February 13th, 2017, I need to imagine the last moments of their lives.
But this story doesn't start here, so let's rewind. My name is Hannah Shakespeare. I'm a television and feature film writer. I've been in the business for the last 25 years, and I've made a career of plotting murder mysteries. And I focus primarily on crime shows and work for some of the top television companies in the world. When I read a story about a true crime in the press, what interests me is not what's being said. What interests me is in what's not being said. And I can tell you where the things are being omitted. And that tells me that there's an injustice that exists there, and it bothers me. I mean, I can't live with it. So a couple of years ago, British newspapers were claiming that they couldn't identify a dead man in northern England. And I found that odd given the digital age. So because I'm nosy and I can't live with things that don't add up, I got on a plane and I went to England. So when I got there and started digging, miraculously I did what the authorities claimed they couldn't do. I found out the identity of the dead man. Solving that mystery in England was really the spark that told me I have to do this for the rest of my life. just want to get in and get out. I'm nosy. Why are you saying that? I'm insistent. I will do anything I can to try to get this out. I'm compulsive. How many feet away is a house? My last name is Shakespeare. I mean, what tangled webs we weave. I want to untangle webs. It's a compulsion.
Well, this city of 3,000 is on edge. 2 bodies found, no one in custody. Libby German and Abby Williams, the 2 girls missing since 1 o'clock yesterday.
When I saw the headlines, I couldn't get it out of my head. The double murder of 2 teens who went out for a hike on a neighborhood trail and were found dead in the woods the next day.
It's been 2 years with basically no forward movement on the case. The entire community has been really tight-lipped,
and what was put in the papers just didn't add up, according to my understanding as a writer.
Bruh. Yeah, exactly. Well, okay. I'm going to rewind that for a second because it's crazy.
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind.
She said, the story that was told, because I'm a writer, I realized it didn't add up. Yeah. No shit, Hannah. Okay.
And were found dead in the woods the next day.
It's been 2 years with basically no forward movement on the case. The entire community has been really tight-lipped,
and what was put in the papers just didn't add up, according to my understanding as a writer.
What was put in the papers didn't add up, according to my understanding as a writer. Good job, Hannah. Good job.
Right now, there are 3 viable theories on the table. The first is that it was social media generated. They were being stalked or catfished. The second is that it's a random killer. There's just some guy that was on the freeway that decided to get off and murder 2 girls. The third is that it's meth related. Delphi has a big meth problem, and meth is cooked in that area, so it's possible they were at the wrong place at the wrong time. My goal in going to Delphi is to didn't add up.
All right, we can't even go any further. We can't go any further. So she briefly goes into the 3 theories. Okay, did everyone catch that? I mean, I know it's hard, y'all. I know it's hard. So we're going to keep stopping this because we really need to go point by point through this because, like I said, this is looking back at this with a renewed perspective and thinking that this was 2 years after the murders.
Oh, my God. Bruh.
So let's hear her say that again, okay? Let's hear her say that again. The 3 theories here. Let's be tracking Hannah, okay, for this project here.
3 viable theories on the table. The first is that it was social media generated.
The first theory is that it was social media generated. Bruh. That means Keegan Klein and Tony Klein. Keegan and Tony Klein. Okay, catfishing, Anthony shot, social media generated, targeting these girls.
Bruh.
Okay, that's the first theory. Second theory.
They were being stalked or catfished. The second is that it's a random killer. There's just some guy that was on the freeway that decided to get off and murder 2 girls. The third.
The second theory is that there's a random killer who just decides to get off in the middle of the day at in the afternoon at the 1-2 p.m. hour and murder 2 girls.
Bruh.
All right. And it's what theory number 3 is what, Hannah?
Third is that it's meth related.
The third is it's meth related. All right.
Delphi has a big meth problem, and meth is cooked in that area, so it's possible they were at the wrong place at the wrong time. My goal in going to Delphi is to debunk the theories that don't add up and get to the truth. It's not going to be fun. I'm going to knock on doors. I'm going to talk to law enforcement, but I got to do it because I need to get more information released to the public. That's what I'm going to do.
So this is sort of exactly as I expected it to be. It's
It's an attractive town. You know, it looks very much like if I were to build a set of small town America with the train going through it and the Victorian houses and the one gas station on the side, this would be exactly it. I mean, I have actually designed towns like this and set stories in it. Only this time it's real. First people I want to speak with are Mike and Becky Patty, Liberty's grandparents. Through all the media coverage, they're the faces I've seen the most. Along with her grandparents, Libby lived here with her sister Kelsey and their father Derek. Hi.
Hello.
Mr. Patty?
Yes?
Hi, I'm Hannah Shakespeare. Well, first of all, I want to thank you very much for meeting me. And I've followed the case for 2 years just as an individual. And I think one of the things that's really important is getting a feel for who, you know, your granddaughter was.
Libby was outgoing, flamboyant, wanted to try and do anything and everything that there was to do. She kept us busy all the time. She was very social, lots of friends, very intelligent.
You mean a normal, wonderful girl. Okay, a normal, wonderful girl. Liberty German, a normal, wonderful girl. Vibrant, excited, athletic, caring. A normal, wonderful girl.
Anything that there was going on, yep, I'm in. Let me in. I want to go. I want to do it.
Enthusiastic.
Oh, very much so. Lots of laughter in our house.
If you guys could just maybe sort of set the stage for me.
So Sunday, Abby came over here.
Okay, first of all, sounds like a lie from the jump because of the theatrics or whatever. Okay, what's up with the theatrics? What's up with the performative fucking voice, the performative body language, the performative framing of this story? Like bullshit from the jump.
House.
If you guys could just maybe sort of set the stage for me.
So Sunday, Abby came over here. The girls spent the night upstairs. They were painting and they did the musically and they sang songs. I mean, they just, the stuff that they do. They're just
being kids.
And they didn't have school on Monday, so they slept in. They didn't get up till probably 10 or so. Kelsey came down and said, I'm going to go on into work. Well, as soon as Libby heard her say, hey, I'm leaving, she jumped right up and said, hey, can she take us to the trails? And I said, you're going to have a ride home. She said, well, I'll just call Dad.
Bullshit story. Bullshit story. I'm telling you now, this story makes no sense. Why do we have to be excited and jumping and begging to go to the trails? This story has never made sense.
Bruh.
So they left. They left here about 1:30. And Kelsey dropped them off. It was around 1:38. Then Derek.
How do we get such a specific number? How do we get such a specific 138? 138.
Called. It was at 3:11. And Kelsey dropped him off. It was around 1:38. Well, as soon as Libby heard her say, hey, I'm leaving, she jumped right up and said, hey, can she take us to the trails? And I said, you're going to have a ride home. She said, well, I'll just call Dad. So they left. They left here about 1:30.
They left here about 1:30.
And Kelsey dropped them off. It was around 1:38.
And Kelsey dropped them off around 1:38. There's your number, 1:38.
Then Derek called. It was at 3:11.
And Derek called at 3:11. 1:38, 3:11. 1:38, 3:11.
Bruh.
It was our job to help law enforcement.
To say, hey, I'm getting close, you guys head up so that I can pick you up. And she didn't answer, so he left a message. And then he got there and he called again and said, hey, I'm here, where are you? She didn't answer. And by 3:30, he calls me and said, Mom.
3:30, another timestamp. 1:38, 3:11, 3:30. We're already building the timeline. Okay, we're building a timeline here.
Libby's not answering her phone. Will you try calling? By this time, it was getting close to 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
And we knew this isn't Libby.
4 o'clock, 1:38, 3:11, 3:30, 4 o'clock. What the
And that phone is tied to her hip, you know. She doesn't put that phone down. So we knew right then.
She doesn't put that phone down, except when you look at the extraction, it's as if she put the phone down all week from the day it was reset. So that's what don't make sense. She doesn't put the phone down, except if you look at the extraction, there's an obvious lack of activity on the phone. So somebody make that make sense.
Something wasn't right.
I started walking and looking as well, and then she asked me to call the police. So by this time, friends were calling and people just started showing up, searching. There's flashlights just flashing all over Delphi. Somewhere, they kind of called it and said, you know, hey, we need to reconvene in the morning. Got a few hours of sleep.
All right. I think we're blasting past this story. So let me back it up a bit. Now we're going to get the search story, right? We're going to get the search story.
There's flashlights just flashing all over Delphi. Somewhere.
Whoa, there's flashlights just flashing all over Delphi.
There's flashlights just flashing all over Delphi.
And that phone is tied to her hip, you know. She doesn't put that phone down. So we knew right then something wasn't right.
I started walking and looking as well, and then she asked me to call the police. So by this time, friends were calling and people just started showing up, searching. There's flashlights just flashing all over Delphi.
There's flashlights just flashing all over Delphi, just like the place their bodies were found was lit up like a football field. You know, the night they never found them because they weren't there.
Where they kind of called it and said, you know, hey, we need to reconvene in the morning. Got a few hours of sleep. Then went back in the morning.
They called it. They said, everybody get out of here. We're going to reconvene in the morning. Go get a few hours of sleep. Okay, so your kids are missing. You know this is the last place they were, but everybody just goes to sleep except nobody left. Because if you really pay attention, there were people there at 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, and 12:30 when they announced that they had found the bodies.
Call the police. So by this time, friends were calling and people just started showing up, searching. There's flashlights just flashing all over Delphi. Somewhere, they kind of called it and said, you know, hey, we need to reconvene in the morning. Got a few hours of sleep. Then went back in the morning, and then I overheard on the radio that they potentially found the girls.
On what radio? On what radio?
Well, obviously, we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they're raping everybody out here.
In the morning, got a few hours of sleep. Then went back in the morning, and then I overheard on the radio that they potentially found the girls.
My sister come running up to me. She just kept saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then that's when we saw the coroner's van go by. There's only one reason that a coroner's van goes by. So at that point in time, without anybody telling us anything, you could put two and two together. Everything's kind of a blur at that point in time. You're just numb. You're just going through the motions. You go home.
I think of what the last half hour those girls' lives were like.
You could put two and two together. Everything's kind of a blur at that point in time. You're just numb. You're just going through the motions. You go home.
I think of what the last half hour those girls' lives were like. Nobody should have to go through that, and it makes me angry.
Abby was my only child. She was a bright student, well liked by her friends and her family. She wasn't the most outgoing kid. She was very reserved. She was not a girly girl. Messy buns, she did not go out of her way to dress up for things. She didn't wear a whole lot of jewelry. She wasn't like, get dolled up every day. I remember when I had to make her wear nylons for a wedding.
But she was a gorgeous, cute, girly, dolled up girl. Why do we keep having to say she's in trashy jeans? She's in my old shirt. She's messy buns. She didn't do her hair.
Can you tell me a little bit about Abby and Libby's friendship?
Abby and Libby had several things in common, having gone to school together for the last several years. They played volleyball together. They were going to play softball together, but they both played saxophone in band. So they sat next to each other during that time. They were pretty close.
Growing up in an area like this, I grew up in an area like this. It's so much fun to be out.
Well, their last day.
Exactly.
That's what it was. They were outside. They were taking pictures. They were goofing off. They were outdoors. They were what you always hope to tell your kids. Put the phones and electronics down and go outside.
Investigators knew the approximate location of where Libby and Abby may have gone missing because Libby posted this photo of Abby walking the Monon High Bridge to Snapchat at 2:07 p.m.
If I had found out that they had gone out to the train bridge, and the most outgoing kid. She was very reserved. She was not a girly girl. Messy buns, she did not go out of her way to dress up for things. She didn't wear a whole lot of jewelry. She wasn't like, get dolled up every day. I remember when I had to make her wear nylons for a wedding.
Can you tell me a little bit about Abby and Libby's friendship?
Abby and Libby had several things in common, having gone to school together for the last several years. They played volleyball together. They were going to play softball together, but they both played saxophone in band. So they sat next to each other during that time. They were pretty close.
Growing up in an area like this, I grew up in an area like this. It's so much fun to be out.
Well, their last day.
Exactly.
That's what it was. They were outside. They were taking pictures. They were goofing off. They were outdoors. They were what you always hope to tell your kids. Put the phones and electronics down and go outside.
Investigators knew the approximate location of where Libby and Abby may have gone missing because Libby posted this photo of Abby walking the Monon High Bridge.
All right, we're going to take a little detour here because they had to just present this, okay? They had to present this right here. So let's take a look. Hold on a sec. Let's hold on, Hannah. We'll come back to you. Kyle Smith with Michaela Babcock Hartman. 2 pictures from Liberty German Snapchat at 2:07 p.m. Last thing that was posted by her. Although we know neither of these are from Libby German. One of them is from Photoshop. Okay? Photoshop. One is from Photoshop and came off the internet, right? The other one is taken by Cheyenne and passed off as Libby's, right? So we got 2 proofs of life here at 2:07 p.m. passed off by Kyle Smith, Michaela Babcock or Hartman, and the others. This is okay. That's what this is. So let's get back.
Snapchat at 2:07 p.m.
If I had found
That'd be a bullshit, okay? This does not prove life at 2:07 p.m. And just so you see how the media is being used here, the media is being used to set up a narrative.
Bruh.
Of Abby walking the Monon High Bridge to Snapchat at 2:07 p.m.
If I had found out that they had gone out to the train bridge and that she had been on that bridge and walked across it, she would have been grounded the rest of her life. I don't particularly care for the idea of them having walked across the bridge, and if I had heard about that, that would have been the one thing that she'd have been grounded probably a little bit for that.
Did Abby have a phone with her?
No. Nope. We had an agreement that when she finished 8th grade that she would get one. She negotiated.
I don't believe it. Abby did have a phone. Let's be real here.
For the idea of them having walked across the bridge, and if I had heard about that, that would have been the one thing that she'd have been grounded probably a little bit for that.
Why are we going to ground her for life for walking across the bridge when she's dead? Okay, she's dead. I think there's more important things than establishing that we're going to ground her for life for walking across the bridge. And also, she had a phone. Let's be real.
Did Abby have a phone with her?
No. Nope. We had an agreement that when she finished 8th grade that she would get one. She negotiated considerably for that.
So going back to the day when the first calls came in that they were missing, it was believable that they could have gotten lost initially?
Oh, absolutely. They were just missing. We were upset. We were bothered. It was cold. I was at the fire department waiting to chew her out as soon as they found him with her jacket because they were going to be cold. And Pastor Todd came up to me from the building. He was like, "Hey, has anybody talked to you?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "I'm going to need you to come upstairs with me." And they brought me upstairs and they told me that they had found what they were pretty sure was the girls. And even then, that wasn't the hardest day of my life. You think something like that, there isn't a day that gets worse than that, but it turns out that the days after that are way worse. Because it's everything else that we're not ever going to get. There's not going to be a graduation. Or her first car. Or college. Or grandbabies. She'd have been a really good mom.
She would have been a good mom.
In the days following the discovery of Libby and Abby's bodies, police released a shocking find. Libby had captured an image and an audio recording of her would-be murderer just moments before her death. For reasons we may never know, Libby had the presence of mind to record her killer, and to this day, the evidence she provided is the best we may ever have.
That'd be a bullshit. That'd be a bullshit. That's what we were led to believe. That's what we were led to believe. But no, that'd be a bullshit. Did you notice that audio sounded different, by the way? Let's back that up again. Listen to this audio again. Doesn't this audio sound different than what we have now, right? The supposed original? Listen to this audio here.
Reasons we may never know, Libby had the presence of mind to record her killer, and to this day, the evidence she provided is the best we may ever have. I need to know what happened in the woods that day. In the days following the discovery of Libby and Abby's bodies, police released a shocking find. Libby had captured an image and an audio recording of her would-be murderer just moments before her death. Image and an audio recording of her would-be murderer just moments before her death. For reasons we may never know, image. For of Libby and Abby's body, image, and an audio. Reasons we For reasons we may never know, Libby had the presence of mind to record her killer, and to this day, the evidence she provided is the best we may ever have. I need to know what happened in the woods that day.
You saw the bridge guy coming toward you. Isn't that weird?
When did the police reach out?
Never. Law enforcement never contacted me.
The small town just isn't ready for something like this.
Everybody takes this case personally.
It's a horrible crime, and to put yourself in the family's shoes and to put yourself in those girls' shoes to leave the world this way is unbelievable.
I hear the voices of the people affected wherever I go. It's difficult to be in Delphi and meet the families and the members of the community without feeling their grief. Their voices echo in my mind, and I wonder which small detail told to me might seem insignificant at first, but then provide the key as to who committed this heinous crime.
Right now, we're going to see the one witness who saw Bridge Guy and is actually willing to speak to me on camera. It's a 18-year-old girl from Delphi.
And her eyewitness account helps law enforcement come up with the composite sketch they released to the public.
We believe this person...
Wait. This ain't making sense. Hold on. I know I'm not tripping. Who supposedly... Can we use some words that don't exist? Okay. Who supposedly had allegedly produced this drawing? Wait up.
Is actually willing to speak to me on camera. It's a 18-year-old girl from Delphi.
And her eyewitness account helps law enforcement come up with the composite sketch they released to the public.
We believe this person is our suspect.
This teenage girl hasn't spoken to anybody about this case, not the media, not even anybody in the community. And I completely understand why. I mean, let's remind ourselves the killer is still at large. I'm very nervous this witness may not even show up.
Wait.
I can do is
but that's
hope.
not who produced this.
Believe this person is our suspect.
Wait.
Is actually willing to speak to me on camera. It's a 18-year-old girl from Delphi.
And her eyewitness account helps law enforcement come up with the composite sketch they released to the public.
We believe this person is our suspect.
This teenage girl hasn't spoken to anybody about this case, not the media, not even anybody in the community. And I completely understand why. I mean, let's remind ourselves the killer is still at large. I'm very nervous this witness may not even show up. I mean, all I can do is hope. I don't see her. This girl is the only one that can place Bridge Guy on the location at a specific time and thereby set the entire crime flow to the murders. That's her.
Wait. This girl is the only witness who can set the timeline to this specific murder. Let's listen to that again.
I mean, all I can do is hope. I don't see her. This girl is the only one that can place Bridge Guy on the location at a specific time and thereby set the entire crime flow.
What? That'd be a bullshit.
It was our job to help law enforcement.
Bruh.
I'm not understanding this.
I mean, all I can do is hope. I don't see her. This girl is the only one that can place Bridge Guy on the location at a specific time and thereby set the entire crime flow to the murders. That's her. It's nice to meet you. Can you walk me through the morning, the day, you guys went out there? So you're hanging out down there, and then you were walking away from Monon High Bridge, and you saw the guy that we now know to be Bridge Guy coming toward you. Yeah. A thing over his face? Isn't that weird? As a writer, and then you were...
Okay, I'm going to go back and translate or read this for the viewers who are just listening and not reading the screen, but I'm pretty positive this is Rayleigh Voorhees, okay? First of all, brunette, okay, brunette. First of all, 18 years old in 2019, okay? Secondly, had nothing to do with the sketch, right? Thirdly, where's all the photos she was taking? So none of this makes sense, but I'm absolutely certain this is Rayleigh Voorhees. But let's go back and look at this, okay?
Anybody about this case, not the media, not even anybody in the community. And I completely understand why. I mean, let's remind ourselves the killer is still at large. I'm very nervous this witness may not even show up. I mean, all I can do is hope. I don't see her. This girl is the only one that can place Bridge Guy on the location at a specific time and thereby set the entire crime flow to the murders. That's her. It's nice to meet you. Can you walk me through the morning, the day, you guys went out there?
It was really nice out, and the sun was shining. And it was like a good day to go and take pictures of the High Bridge, because I always take pictures out there.
So you're hanging out down there, and then you were walking away from Monon High Bridge, and you saw the guy that we now know to be Bridge Guy coming toward you.
Right. We were out there looking at our phones and stuff. Bruh. And I looked up and I saw him. And waved at him slowly, like, and he gave a rude and unfriendly look. But I just waved at him because it was a fellow person walking on the trail, you know.
Yeah.
He had a lot of jackets on, and it wasn't particularly cold. Bruh. Like, he had a big jacket and a hat and a thing over his face.
A thing over his face?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
It wasn't cold enough for all of that.
As a writer, timeline is always really important to me because it helps determine cause and effect of the crime.
I spoke with Libby and Abby's families to get a sense of what the girls were doing leading up to their arrival at the trail. And we know where they were at 2:07 based on Libby.
No, we don't. We don't know that where they are at 2:07 based on this. Sorry, that's been proven wrong. That's been proven wrong.
Cat post. Jess gave me a timestamp for Bridge Guy's arrival at the trail. But there are a lot of other gaps I need to fill in.
In order to really understand the flow of the crime, I need to walk the same trail that Libby and Abby did the day they were killed. I've called my friend Mike Grasso for a professional investigator's perspective. He spent 35 years with the LAPD as a detective supervisor and worked with the U.S. Marshals on a violent criminal apprehension team. So now we can go through all the locations that we know for a fact we can pin. Here, Mike, is where the girls get dropped off right here. This is Muir's property, and that was at 138.
Allegedly. 138. No. Now it's 149, right? So now we've pushed that back a bit.
In the afternoon. So the girls came this way. They walked from here to Monon High Bridge. And then at 2:07, it looks like Liberty, from the point of view of where the shot of Abby was taken, she was almost across Monon High Bridge.
That be a bullshit. This whole timeline is fabricated.
On the south side. So between 138 and 2:07, the girls walked this trail.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Now, when they got to the south side of the bridge, we don't have the timestamp on the picture of bridge guy that we have.
Right.
So the only way to deduce when he actually got to the bridge is based on the fact that we have a witness. And the witness puts him at about 2:15. He's just arriving at Freedom Bridge.
So he's got a...
Wait. At 2:15, he's arriving at Freedom Bridge. Well, how in the fucking hell can he kill those girls at 2:13? Let's say, hold on again. Hold on.
To the bridge is based on the fact that we have a witness. And the witness puts him at about 2:15. He's just arriving at Freedom Bridge.
So he's got a book to get from there all the way through this trail across that bridge to meet up with them.
In 3 fucking minutes? I mean, this is just absolute garbage. They knew this could not work. They knew this could not work. This is absolute fantasy world.
Arriving at Freedom Bridge.
So he's got a book to get from there
about 2:15. He's just arriving at Freedom Bridge.
So he's got a book to get from there all the way through this trail across that bridge to meet up with them.
Just arriving at Freedom Bridge.
So if it's just a product of opportunity, probably would have been caught by now.
I don't get that logic.
Well, if
because
it's
they're not so premeditated, or
exactly. If there's no pre-planning, he would have made such a series of mistakes that would have led the police into a certain direction.
Okay, that makes sense to me. If Bridge Guy was out for a random kill that day, he had the opportunity when he passed and our friends, they were almost the same ages.
Exactly. Now that's a good point, Hannah. That's a good fucking point.
Oh my God!
If Bridge Guy was just out for a random kill that day, why didn't he kill Rayleigh and her friends? Because that'd be a bullshit.
Okay, that makes sense to me. If Bridge Guy was out for a random kill that day, he had the opportunity when he passed and our friends, they were almost the same age as Abby and Libby. So Mike and I are on the same page. This was not a crime of opportunity. It was premeditated. If this crime was targeted, then I think we have to think about...
Boom! That means it was Anthony Schatz who lured the girls out there where they then became victimized, just like our record says.
If this crime was targeted, then I think we have to think about somebody knew when they would be here.
That's all social media. Everyone has the ability to see where you are.
And there's the bridge. Oh, Christ. All right. I'm getting to a place now where I can see the river below. It's like 40 feet. I'm going to go to a platform for a second. Oh, God. I mean, just logic would suggest you've got to go with determination and consistently to get across it. So putting your hands in your pocket and seeming to have no concern for whether he's seen, that means that this guy had an arrogance to him. Oh, God. All right, I'm going to go here and rest. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I need to get myself together. This is nerve-wracking. I'm not sure I can get back. I'm sort of halfway stuck. This is a long way from a writer's room in downtown Los Angeles. So this is south side of the bridge. I want to recreate where Libby was when she took the photo or photos of Bridge Guy.
All right, so you need me to walk out.
So if Libby's standing here, there, stop!
How many times has this fucking been done in the past 9 years? How many times have this been done? At 30, 40, 50 times?
So you need me to walk out.
So if Libby's standing here, there, stop! So I'm going to time you now. Guess how long that took for you to get here?
2 minutes?
38 seconds. That's a long time. If I'm scared and I'm standing here...
If I'm scared. Maybe the girls were not in that much fear.
Mike's a wonderful balance for me because he's constantly reminding me to not go on assumptions, which I like to do as a writer. He's telling me facts, facts, facts. Maybe Mike's right. Maybe Libby wasn't afraid. Maybe she was just taking a video and he happened to walk into the frame, or maybe they were meeting somebody there.
All we know is that at some point after that image was captured, Bridge Guy reached the girls, presumably in this very spot.
So there's a path right here. He says go down the hill. They went down the hill right here.
You ready to go down?
Let's go down the hill.
Go ahead.
Oh boy. All right, well that's not easy. This to me is opportunity to run. So he had a gun. I mean, he had something.
We don't know. There's this road that goes right underneath the bridge.
That area is where the bodies were found. How did they get on the other side?
Well, I think what we need to do now
go over there.
is go over there.
I want to go to where they found the bodies.
You're
It's
right
over
here, right?
right there.
So this is where the girls were discovered.
This is truly sacred land. I mean, I've been following this case for 2 years and looking at aerial footage and, you know, still pictures of this area and imagining, you know, what happened.
Oh my God, are they trespassing Ron Logan's land? Are they trespassing Ron Logan's land? Trespassing, oh my God. Oh my God. Bruh. Did y'all see the shoe tree? Why did they show that? Why did they insert the shoe tree for like half a second? Like, can we back that up? How fucking weird, man. There it is. Exactly, Trial Junkie. Hey, Trial Junkie's on the same page as me. Yeah, Trial Junkie says, what the F? Why did they show the shoe tree and when they said this is where the bodies were found? Exactly.
So this is where the girls were discovered.
This is truly sacred land. I mean, I've been following this case for 2 years and looking at aerial footage and, you know, still pictures of this area and imagining, you know, what happened. I mean, you just can't come here and think about anything else. There's such a loneliness out here. You know what I see when I look at this place? I mean, look at it. It's wide open. If I were coming here to conceal a body, this would not be the place I would choose. I mean,
excellent point, Hannah Shakespeare. Excellent point. Bruh, you get the party horn for that one, Hannah. That was my exact response when I visited the area. Exactly fucking spot on observation from Miss Hannah Shakespeare. Stating the obvious, calling out the obvious insanity of this fucking story here. Let me let her say it again. I'll back it up.
I mean, look at it. It's wide open. If I were coming here to conceal a body, this would not be the place I would choose. I mean, it's literally like the Globe Theater. Wow. This is actually the most wide open area of any of the woods surrounding here. So what I'm doing is trying to imagine the mindset of the killer. That's what I do when I write. This is my amateur sleuthing. Ready? Are you ready for it? It looks literally staged. If I'm following his logic, to me...
Oh my God, Hannah, you're just fucking killing it right now.
Well, obviously we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they're raping everybody out here.
Absolutely killing it, Hannah Shakespeare. Oh my God, I'm gonna let her say it again because like this is the gold, right? This is the gold. She's stating the fucking obvious. Because it's that obvious, especially when you go out there, right? You go out there, it becomes this obvious to you.
Doing is trying to imagine the mindset of the killer. That's what I do when I write. This is my amateur sleuthing. Ready? Are you ready for it? It looks literally staged. If I'm following his logic, to me, this killer came here, dumped the bodies in an area where he wasn't particularly trying to conceal them. I think he was actually trying to present them in a certain way. But here's my question to you. How he got those bodies across the river or he got those live girls across the river, I have no explanation.
Oh, that's easy because they probably didn't go. They probably got in a car, okay? And they were eventually transported to some place and then started to be killed. And then they were finished off and staged by Keegan Kline and Company.
How did they get over here? Tell me what you think of all this.
This is Derek.
Liberty's dad.
There's a felony for possess and or manufacture drugs.
So we're going to go see First Sergeant Jerry Holman. I'm getting a little nervous.
So the points that we're going to cover is
Yes, I'm
Are you devouring those?
No, go.
Okay. So while you eat those guys,
yes,
we need to figure out, do they physically have a phone itself? That's important.
Yeah, I don't know. They've never gone on record with that. I want to talk to them about the idea of why they're not releasing more information.
Yeah, that's the most important.
All right, well, help me here and wish me the best.
I'm going to wish you the best.
In the first few days of their investigation, police released the image of Bridge Guy, the clip of audio, and the composite sketch.
Besides those 3 pieces of evidence, law enforcement has offered nothing else to the public. No cause of death, no autopsy report, no murder weapon. That's what really struck me about this case. What is law enforcement hiding and why? The frustration that I'm reading online that is abnormal. The refusal to release more information is actually impeding the investigation because people are feeling very frustrated. So I guess I'm giving you a chance to sort of respond to that.
We have to protect the integrity of the investigation and to protect the family. The family doesn't want us to release the details of this.
Oh my God. Oh my God. We have to protect the integrity of the investigation, and we have to protect the family. The family doesn't want this information out. No. Well, which is it, Holman? Which is it? I mean, bruh.
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind.
They don't.
No, absolutely not.
The investigation, because people are feeling very frustrated. So I guess I'm giving you a chance to sort of respond to that.
We have to protect the integrity of the investigation, and it's to protect the family. The family doesn't want us to release the details of this.
They don't.
No, absolutely not. Would you?
Well, I think at this point, after 2 years, where there's been no movement on the case, if I were a family member, I would ask law enforcement to release more information.
She is literally sacrificing his ass right now. She is literally sacrificing his ass.
Bruh.
The family doesn't want anything out. Would you? And then she comes back with, well, yeah, I think after 2 fucking years, yeah, I would want you to release something.
No, absolutely not. Would you?
Well, I think at this point, after 2 years, where there's been no movement on the case, if I were a family member, I would ask law enforcement to release more information, because
and they have, but
and what specifically?
Oh, they've asked us to release more of the audio, more of the.
They've asked us to remove. I'm not choking on my own bullshit. They've asked us to release. Can we one more time for the people in the back? You get a little choked up there, Jer?
Release more information, because
and they have, but
and what specifically?
Oh, they've asked us to release more of the audio, more of the video, but we're not.
They have then.
Yeah, they've asked, but there's some details in there that I don't think that if I was a family member, I would want the public to know.
You don't think cause of death or mode of death would help narrow the playing field?
No, I don't. Not at this point.
Did you find a lot of evidence on the location where the bodies were found?
Can't really talk about what we found, what we didn't find.
Do you have the phone?
Yes.
You do? Mm-hmm. It was recovered? Mm-hmm. Wow. So are you able to investigate all of the people on her social media sites?
Yes. We have knowledge of who she was communicating with.
Anthony
we feel
Schatz,
like
Keegan and Tony Klein. Keegan and Tony Klein and Tyler. Okay, Tyler.
That photo, that voice is enough for the public to help us identify the person. That's all we want.
But the public hasn't helped you, and it's been 2 years based on the information that you've released?
That's all we can release at this point.
Clearly.
He just bullshitted Hannah. He just thoroughly bullshitted Hannah Shakespeare. Oh, my God.
We feel like that photo, that voice is enough for the public to help us identify the person. That's all we want.
But the public hasn't helped you, and it's been 2 years based on the information that you've released?
That's all we can release at this point.
Clearly law enforcement is not going to release any information, but I can't get this thought out of my head. That crime was targeted. Somebody knew they were going to go to the bridge and when they were going to be there. But how? Social media is a possibility.
Media, Snapchat. That's how, Hannah. The Anthony Schatz account. And what's her name? You know, what's her name? What is it? Kyla Brummett.
I want to talk to somebody who may know more about who Libby was engaging with online. When was the last time you communicated with Libby?
February 13th, 2017.
The day before she died?
Yes. We were just on the phone all night.
Was she looking for boyfriends on social media?
Libby was very active on social media platforms. She talked to a lot of people.
Did they talk to strangers online?
They might have been. There was, I don't know if this has anything to do with the case, but there was a instance on Facebook where I was busy playing video games and she was trying to get my help. She was blowing up my phone and I was ignoring her for a little bit because I was playing video games, and she's like, I need your help, I need your help. There's this guy that won't leave me alone. So like I wasn't really responding that.
Oh, really? Were you guys too busy chatting to hear that one? Let's back this one up a little bit, because I always feel like it's incumbent upon me to draw your attention to specific details that we might be glossing over. So listen to this one. Okay, listen to this one. Did you hear the question and response to in this particular moment? This is extremely interesting. Okay, listen.
Last time you communicated with Libby?
February 13th, 2017.
The day before she died.
Yes. We were just on the phone all night.
Was she like looking for boyfriends on social media?
Libby was very active on social media platforms. Like she talked to a lot of people.
Did they talk to strangers online?
They might have been. There was, I don't know if this has anything to do with the case, but there was a instance on Facebook where like I was busy playing video games and she was trying to get my help. Like she was like blowing up my phone and I was ignoring her for a little bit because I was playing video games, and she's like, I need your help, I need your help. There's this guy that won't leave me alone.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So she's being bothered by someone she had met on social media, a guy who wouldn't leave her alone right prior to the murders, and she's blowing Max up to try to get help from her friend about a guy who won't leave her alone. And hey, question, why is that not in the extraction?
Instance on Facebook where like I was busy playing video games and she was trying to get my help. Like she was like blowing up my phone and I was ignoring her for a little bit because I was playing video games, and she's like, I need your help, I need your help. There's this guy that won't leave me alone. So like I wasn't really responding that fast. The last thing she said was like, never mind, I got it.
She said, I got it.
Yeah. I kind of left it alone after she said she got it because I didn't really think anything deeper of it.
Do you know how old the guy was?
She believed that he was 19.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be any.
Anthony fucking Shots. Okay, Anthony fucking Shots.
Yeah, it could be some older guy and a 19-year-old guy.
How long before she died was that?
That was back in January, I want to say.
So only a couple of weeks
Early
out.
December, January.
I mean, don't you think that's relevant?
Yeah.
Did you bring that to the cops?
Yes, I did.
Good job, Hannah. Good fucking job, Hannah and Max. Don't you think that's relevant? Don't you think that's relevant? Only a few weeks before the murders. Don't you think that's relevant? Yes. Did you bring that to the cops? Yes. Hey, where's the report? We haven't seen it. Why is that not in discovery?
January, I want to say.
So only a couple of weeks out.
Early December, January.
I mean, don't you think that's relevant?
Yeah.
Did you bring that to the cops?
Yes, I did.
You did, and they did what about it?
They took pictures of it. I hadn't heard anything after that.
Okay. So, you know, both of the girls were on social media. That's not unheard of. I mean, Libby seems to have been on several different platforms. She didn't have any kind of privacy settings or anything like that on it. I mean, you can see it here. Look at how she describes herself. And
Liberty German, single Pringle. I'm 12 years young.
Single Pringle. See, okay, ladies. Message to all the kids. Okay, all the parents and all the kids out there. Do not make yourself a target of these predators on the internet. Message to the parents. Don't allow your kids to do this kind of shit and make themselves targets of predators on the internet. Keep your fucking kids off the internet. Don't let them call themselves single or Pringles or cupcakes or baby dolls. Don't let them try to post photos where they look nude, where they look glamoured up, or anything like that. Put a fucking baseball cap on the kids. Let the little kids look like little kids and keep them the fuck off social media. "12 years young." Okay? Question: why would she write, "I'm 12 years young"?
She didn't have any kind of privacy settings or anything like that on it. I mean, you can see it here. Look at how she describes herself and.
Liberty German, single Pringle. I'm 12 years young.
Also, you know what it says after that? It says Kick and Instagram, or Triggerman, Snapchat, Instagram. Okay? She's advertising all her social media where Kagan Klein, Tony Klein, Anthony Schatz was fucking targeting her. Did you read the PCA? This is an advertisement, okay? This is a fucking advertisement.
She was on Musical.ly at the time, right? This is her bio. Check it out. It says, "Patiently waiting for Peter Pan to come take me away to Neverland."
Another fucking advertisement. Another fucking advertisement. Oh my God. "Patiently waiting for Peter Pan to take me away to Neverland. Single Pringle, we're willing to mingle, 12 years young." Hello, parents. Hello, young kids. This girl was brutally slaughtered in the fucking woods with her best friend of the same age by a predator off the internet. Let this be a warning to you all.
On social media, that's not unheard of. I mean, Libby seems to have been on several different platforms. She didn't have any kind of privacy settings or anything like that on it. I mean, you can see it here. Look at how she describes herself and.
Liberty German, single Pringle. I'm 12 years young.
She was on Musical.ly at the time, right? This is her bio. Check it out. It says, "Patiently waiting for Peter Pan to come take me away to Neverland." This is actually one of the posts that she did with Abby. This is close to the time before the girls went missing, right? So I looked at the comments of the people that were corresponding with her, and see there's this one here that says hi, and then Libby says, "Who are you?" Right? Well, he never answers. So I looked into who it is, and it turns out that he is 48 years old. He lives here in Delphi, and he's a felon.
Did you guys catch that? Okay, because I'm going to back it up again. Now catch this fucking gem right here. Okay, everyone with your notebooks, write this down. Hannah did her own little sleuthing investigation here. Whatever happened to fucking Unified Command doing this? 48 years old, and she's advertising herself as a 12-year-old? Listen to this. A local Delphi resident. 48-year-old fucking creep.
So I looked into who it is, and it turns out that he is 48 years old at the time before the girls went missing, right? So I looked at the comments of the people that were corresponding with her, and see there's this one here that says hi, and then Libby says, "Who are you?" Right? Well, he never answers. So I looked into who it is, and it turns out that he is 48 years old. He lives here in Delphi, and he's a felon.
Oh my God. Was it Daniel Norfleet? How old was Daniel Norfleet in 2019? I mean, bro. Are we not seeing a picture of what these girls' lives were like and what happened to these girls?
And then Libby says, "Who are you?" Right? Well, he never answers. So I looked into who it is, and it turns out that he is 48 years old. He lives here in Delphi, and he's a felon. So I actually checked it out, and he doesn't fit any of the physical markers of Bridge Guy, because they're saying Bridge Guy is between, I think, 5'5" and 5'9" or something, and this guy's quite tall, but that's not the point. The point is that she was very exposed.
What about the families?
The other day I met with the Patties. So Liberty was living in the house with her grandmother and her grandfather. Her father also lives in the house, Derek German. Derek German has not gone on camera. He has not responded to, any requests to make a statement about what's happened to his daughter. I don't know much about it, but tell me what you think of all this.
This is Derek.
Liberty's dad.
There's a felony, misdemeanor and another felony, and they all look like possess and/or manufacture drugs.
Meth. You get the picture that this was around Libby in that house.
All that says to me is there's drugs and these girls were murdered. They're not necessarily attached.
All I'm saying is her dad was involved in some scary stuff, and maybe she got caught in the middle of it somehow.
You've never seen any of the official reports?
Nothing. I've never seen a death certificate. I've never seen a police report. I've never seen anything.
Poor Carrie. Poor Carrie. I've never seen a death certificate. I've never seen a police report. I've never seen anything in 2019. This is the mother of Liberty German, right? The mother of Liberty German, the mother of the victim, 2 years later, had not seen what?
She got caught in the middle of it somehow.
You've never seen any of the official reports?
Nothing. I've never seen a death certificate. I've never seen a police report. I've never seen anything.
All she's seen is her daughter murdered. That's all she's seen.
A lot of people online and also in the community are suspicious of Libby's family, and I think that stems from the fact that Becky and Mike Patty are always front and center in the media. Derek German, Liberty's father, has never spoken to the media, and her mom, Carrie Timmons, has been strangely quiet as well. I need to find out why.
You grew up in Delphi?
I grew up in Royal Center, about a half hour, 45 minutes away.
And then when you and Derek got married, you came to Delphi?
I met Derek when I was 19 and kind of migrated towards Delphi. It's a quiet, cute little town, but there's not much to do here, so it's easy to get in trouble, which is kind of why I left.
Yeah.
I think Derek and I got together pretty young, and I had babies pretty quick. Like, I was at home with the kids and he was out partying. Derek and I both had some issues, like he continued partying, I started drinking. I turned to alcohol when we split up, and I don't know, I got into some trouble, he got into some trouble, and Becky ended up taking guardianship of the girls because we were both in jail. And I was very grateful for her to do that at the time. They needed someone to step up, and Derek and I clearly could not get our crap together, and we were having a rough time, and Mike and Becky were there, and they gave the kids everything they needed. So, very blessed for that. When I was able, I moved to central Kentucky. Even though we were 256 miles away, I tried to keep as much of an open relationship with my girls as I possibly could. I would talk to them as often as possible, sent both the girls Snapchats every morning. We talked every day. We were very, very, very close. Derek and Libby, they were really, really close too. Very, very close. So she was very much a daddy's girl.
Would Derek ever speak to us?
I don't think so. Not because he is hiding anything, but because he just doesn't like this public. He doesn't do interviews.
Derek kind of remains an enigma, and I know he's private. I get all that. But he does have a meth record. Mm-hmm. I mean, is there anything that suggests that this could be connected to meth activity?
I've not seen anything that shows that. If there were people really out there cooking meth that day, or really out there messed up and saw two kids, and maybe, I don't think that had anything to do with him.
Now, very interesting moment, isn't it? Very interesting moment. There's two responses here. So there's one question with a double-sided response. So let's back it up and hear that question again.
I don't think so. Not because he is hiding anything, but because he just doesn't like this public. He doesn't do interviews.
Derek kind of remains an enigma, and I know he's private. I get all that. But he does have a meth record. Mm-hmm. I mean, is there anything that suggests that this could be connected to meth activity?
Is there anything, okay, so the question that was asked, because it's always important to understand the specific question that's asked. The specific question that's asked is there anything that indicates that this could be related to meth activity? Now let's listen for the double-ended response here.
I've not seen anything that shows that. If there were people really out there cooking meth that day, or really out there messed up and saw two kids, and maybe, I don't think that had anything to do with him.
Oh. So response number one is giving up details that are part of an answer that was not asked. She says, if there were some people out there cooking meth in the woods that day, and if these girls walked into it and saw something they shouldn't have, then yes, maybe. That's answer number one that was not asked. Okay, the question was not asked, were there people out there cooking meth in the woods that these girls ran into? Did the girls see it? And was that possibly or potentially the reason that they were targeted? That's not the question that was asked, but that's the answer that was given. And then number two, she says, but Derek doesn't have anything. It has nothing to do with Derek. So the response she's giving is this has nothing to do with Derek. But she offers up the allegations are that there were people out there involved in meth in the woods that day. So let's back that up and listen to it in full again so that you can pick up on what I'm picking up on. Okay.
But because he just doesn't like this public, he doesn't do interviews.
Derek kind of remains an enigma, and I know he's private. I get all that. But he does have a meth record. Mm-hmm. I mean, is there anything that suggests that this could be connected to meth activity?
I've not seen anything that shows that. If there were people really out there cooking meth that day, or really out there messed up and saw two kids, and maybe, I don't think that had anything to do with him.
Then when did the police reach out?
Never. Law enforcement never contacted me. I spoke to Tobe Lesenby twice, but that was because I finally reached out to him. In regards to, my grandfather had called me one day at work, a few days after her funeral, and said something about there was going to be a family press conference, and he wanted to know if I needed a place to stay. And I was like, what are you talking about, Grandpa? I don't know anything about a press conference. And he said, well, we just saw it on the news. There's going to be a family press conference. So I called Tobe Lesenby. He acted like he didn't even know who I was.
Oh, Carrie.
Yeah, it took quite a refresher for me to be like, I'm Carrie Timmons, Liberty German's mother, and oh yeah. And he basically told me that they were having this press conference and that Mike had been basically chosen as the family spokesperson, and that if I wanted to show up I could, but I would just be standing in the background. And he had told me, that they were making a public cry to have someone turn this killer in. And I said to him, wouldn't it sound better to come from her mother? And Tobe said, well, you might be right, but that's not how we're going to do it. Okay. Like I had really been put in my place. And I did not attend that press conference.
And you've never seen any of the official reports?
Nothing. I've never seen a death certificate. I've never seen a police report. I've never seen anything. To this day, almost 2 years later, I do not know the actual cause of my daughter's death, other than she was murdered.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you telling me 2 years after their murders, she still didn't know the cause of Libby's death? 2 years after the murder, she didn't know the cause of her own daughter's death? I don't think you guys are listening. Let me back that up. I am actually astonished, even though I've heard this before. Literally astonished.
Certificate. I've never seen a police report. I've never seen anything. To this day, almost 2 years later, I do not know the actual cause of my daughter's death, other than she was murdered.
I find that shocking.
I felt more like they were ignoring the fact that there was a whole plethora of possibilities that they weren't even acknowledging existed, because they were acting like I didn't exist. Maybe I don't know anything, maybe I don't have any shred of evidence to help you, but the fact that you haven't even questioned me is absurd. I gave him a list of probably a handful of names.
Whoa. The fact that they haven't even questioned me 2 years later, the fact that they haven't even questioned me is absurd. I agree, Carrie.
Bruh.
Holy shit. Guys, this is the Delphi murders. This is why we're doing this. We're going back to try to understand what actually has happened over these years. The way things actually went.
Know anything, maybe I don't have any shred of evidence to help you, but the fact that you haven't even questioned me is absurd. I gave him a list of probably a handful of names and phone numbers, people around here that I thought maybe they do, maybe they don't, but they're kind of sketchy, this, that, or the other. I have reason that, yeah, you should talk to these people. To this day, 2 years later, those people have never been contacted.
Whoa. So she gives a list of people she suspects for killing her daughter. She gives a list of who she suspects for killing her daughter, and she says 2 years later, none of those people have been contacted? None of those people had been contacted?
Oh my God! Bruh.
Names and phone numbers, people around here that I thought maybe they do, maybe they don't, but they're kind of sketchy, this, that, or the other. I have reason that, yeah, you should talk to these people. To this day, 2 years later, those people have never been contacted.
I really feel for Carrie, and I believe her. If she's not suspicious of Derek, then my suspicions have definitely been reduced. However, based on what she just told me, I have great misgivings about the way law enforcement has handled this case. It sounds like they made some huge assumptions at a time when they should be looking at every little detail. It makes me question their entire investigation.
Going to see the local sheriff and you're pretty worked up about that.
Not worked up. This is calm and collected.
Okay.
I'm bothered by the way or lack of way that he handled Liberty's mom, Carrie. And that's appalling to me. Lesenby has shut Carrie entirely out of this.
Before you go anywhere,
Yes.
take that deep breath.
Don't lose it.
Don't lose it. And if you want to lose it, that's fine, but lose it after you get all the questions answered that we need.
Well, I'm obviously. So, do you have a person of interest in mind?
I'm literally almost in tears. I'm literally almost in tears. That's hard to hear. You know, that is hard to hear.
There is not a person of interest. It's just we continue to follow in whatever information is provided to us through the tip lines. To say that we have one singular individual, no. Yeah, obviously we see this face that I have on my wall here, and that's where the focus has been.
Yet the autopsy is sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Has the family learned of cause of death or mode of death?
I believe that has been shared with them.
Because I actually interviewed Carrie, Carrie Timmons.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I actually interviewed Carrie. Mm-hmm.
The mother of Liberty German,
Right.
and she would like that. She said that she has not been informed of that.
There's some legal issues there as far as involving guardianship or custody. And so now obviously if other family members want to share that with her, that's their prerogative.
Yeah, I know Mike and Becky have.
Whoa. But we told Mike and Becky everything. We're on speed dial with Mike and Becky. But Carrie doesn't know how her fucking daughter died.
Guardianship. They do not have adoption. They have legal guardianship.
Guardianship, right.
The mother of the deceased is entitled.
Okay.
So I just wanted to go over that. The other thing I wanted to say is that she informed me that when the first press conference was held, that she didn't know that there was going to be a press conference, but she would like to be notified as Liberty's mom. And your response to her was that she wasn't in Liberty's life, and so therefore Mike Patty would be the spokesman for the family. Now, Mike Patty is a step-grandfather. So did you make that statement?
I don't remember it specifically being worded that way, no. I don't think I'm not a impersonal type of individual, and so...
She certainly felt you were.
And that's, again, her opinion.
It is her opinion.
She may have perceived it that way.
Do you know if she was involved in Liberty's life?
To the best of my knowledge, no. Do you know her background?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
What does her background have to do with being a loving mother? She was Snapchatting with Liberty hours before Liberty left for the Monon High Bridge. So she was very much involved in her daughter's life.
Good.
So the statement that she had nothing to do with her daughter and it all fell on the guardianship is just not accurate.
I guess a lot of the information that we had received was from Mike and Becky as far as that relationship.
So a lot of the information we had received was from Mike and Becky as far as that relationship. So we just took their word for it. We didn't inform the mother of anything. We kept her out of the loop. We iced her out, and we took Mike and Becky's word for it and didn't even tell her how her daughter died.
And based upon, obviously, legal documentation that we had seen as well.
So you took Mike and Becky at their word and did
plus
not...
the legal documentation that we had, yes.
Okay. Well, I have to say I think that's unfortunate because it's the mother of Liberty.
Sure.
Okay. That good, huh?
Did you catch that? She was pissed. She was pissed. She came back in that car fucking pissed Old boy said, that good, huh? That good, huh?
That good, huh?
You know, life is much stranger than fiction. As a writer, you have a sense of control over the ending. You go into a story, you have the ability to plot it out, you can tie all the facts into a nice little neat bow, and you have a sense of resolution that gives you a chance to exhale, and you get a sense of completion and justice. But unfortunately, in this case, I can't exhale, and I don't have a sense of justice. And I can't tell you who committed this murder. In the scripted version, I would swagger into town, I'd go down every rabbit hole, I'd discover the truth, and I'd be a hero. I'd solve the crime. But this is real life. What I have been able to do is separate fact from fiction.
And I think I've put pressure on law enforcement to release more information.
I made key connections with members of the community. I'm going to continue to work those sources as I head home. They think that the media and people like me are going to back off. That's not going to happen because since I left Delphi, I've found more.
This morning, new video of the man investigators believe is behind the murders of 13-year-old Abby Williams and 14-year-old Libby German.
So after I left Delphi, Indiana State Police finally decided to release a little bit more information.
We are releasing additional portions of the audio recording. We are also releasing video recovered from Libby's phone. The video shows a suspect walking on the bridge. Watch the person's mannerisms as they walk. Do you recognize the mannerisms as being someone that you might know? We also believe this person is from Delphi, and we have concluded the first sketch released will become secondary as of today. The result of the new information leads us to believe this sketch is the person responsible for the murders of these two little girls.
So after 2 years, law enforcement has finally released a small portion of the video and then one word on the audio. And that's in addition to a brand new composite of the alleged perpetrator. So what is it that the public is supposed to take away from this? That the old sketch was absolutely irrelevant? That it was a bad sketch? That it had nothing to do with the crime? I think that ISP and Doug Carter think that by holding a press conference like this and releasing just a little bit more information that the media and people like me are going to back off. That's not going to happen because since I left Delphi, I've found more. I hesitate.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Remember, this is filmed in February and March, right? February and March, this is filmed. In April, they do the bullshit change of direction press conference, right? In April, like literally. Think of the timing of this. Okay, and this is when they release this fucking bullshit here.
As to whether I should give out this information. I've honored law enforcement up to this moment, but 2 years into this crime scene and based on that presser, I think it's time for the public to know as much information as possible about this crime. It needs to be solved. And through the connections that I made over 2 years of investigating this case, I've received an affidavit signed by law enforcement. This is totally legit. It's been vetted by several attorneys. And I'm just going to read some of the following statements. On February 14, 2017, at approximately 12:17 p.m., victims Libby German and Abigail Williams were found dead with wounds caused by a sharp weapon. Cause of death has never publicly been released. Based on the affidavit, it suggests that the girls were stabbed. A large amount of blood was lost by the victims at the crime scene. Because of the nature of the victim's wounds, it is nearly certain the perpetrator of the crime would have gotten blood on her person clothing. How he got those bodies across the river or he got those live girls across the river, I have no explanation. The fact that there was a large amount of blood found on the crime scene indicates they were either killed in the river or they were killed, in fact, at that crime scene. It also appears the girls' bodies were moved and staged. He wasn't particularly trying to conceal them. It looks staged.
Moved and staged. All right? Move and staged. Two different actions.
In addition, there's no visible signs of a struggle or a fight. This, to me, is opportunity to run. So he had a gun. I mean, he had something.
We don't know.
And then also fibers and hair were found on the crime scene. So that indicates that there is evidence on that crime scene. The other thing that is very notable is that when I walked the bridge, I ascertained by the location of the video taken on Libby German's phone that from there to the south end of the bridge was approximately 40 seconds. In fact, they have 43 seconds of video on Libby's phone. Where's the 43 seconds? Why aren't they releasing what else is on that phone? Withholding information from the public when you've asked for the public's help is not acceptable to me. The affidavit confirms that law enforcement has not done an adequate job of releasing information. This information needs to get out to the public, and I'm here giving it to the public.
Thank you, Hannah.
Abby and Libby are no longer with us, but that doesn't mean justice won't be served. I went to Delphi to get answers. Why did it take law enforcement 2 years for video and more audio to be released? Why are there witnesses, but two radically different sketches of Bridge Guy? By law enforcement's words, the killer is local, and hair and fiber were found on the scene. A large reward fund has been established. Why hasn't this case been solved? The answers aren't clear yet, but the story is. 2 girls went for a walk in the woods and were found brutally murdered. If we keep that story alive, the answers will come.
And just on a side note here, at the time of this recording, 2019, they had developed a $250,000 reward fund for information leading to an arrest in this case. Let me ask you guys this. Why is it that the Flora fire, which killed 4 young victims, the year before this, only has a reward fund of $5,000? $5,000. What? Someone do the math for me. What's the percentage here? What's the ratio of 5,000 to 250,000? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. As a matter of fact, Vicarious Vigilante Peggy O here has started a petition, okay, that's available for signing to petition the FBI to raise the reward fund in Flora from $5,000 to something bigger than $5,000. Okay. Is it 2%, Christina? Thank you. Thank you very much. $50 times over for Delphi. And remember, it went even higher. This was in 2019. It went higher than 250,000. But there's absolutely no way on earth that Flora reward fund should be a measly fucking $5,000 when you had 4 victims, when here we had 2 victims and it was over $300,000. Anyhow, guys, look, that was that. Okay, that was the 2019 Hannah Shakespeare documentary that never saw the light of day. And I hope that those of you who have never seen this, I hope that it opens your eyes and paints a picture for you of truth about where this was in 2019 and how differently things are now. The story's different now. The attitudes are different now. Everything's different now, right? The conversation is different now because now what do we talk about? We talk about the trial of Richard Allen, and we talk about the so-called evidence that was produced in the outplaying of this trial of Richard Allen. So maybe it's time that we do hit that reset button, and that's the point of this show, and it's going to be the point of this series, that we go back and we reevaluate all of this from the early years, and we try to piece together again. We look at this evidence with new eyes, okay, a newfound perspective, that we go back and look at this again, and maybe we figure out what's actually transpired here, what has actually gone on. And for those of you who are new here, well, surely you've never seen this because this is hard to find. Despite all the work that was put into this, this was shelved so that the public never got to see it. And let this be an indicator of the direction we're heading. I told you guys, we're going to do a change of direction. We're going to go back to the beginning and look at everything with a fresh perspective, a renewed sense of perspective, and figure out what we've actually been looking at, okay? And we're going to question everything. We're going to compare and contrast, reassess, reevaluate. Because it cannot be denied that Richard Allen received a wrongful conviction. It cannot be denied that history was revised in order to achieve that end. And so I think it's incumbent upon the people who are interested in this and have questions about this to go back and look at it again. And go back and understand what we've been through, what we've already known before. This has been known since 2019, but we've all forgotten about it, and some of us have never seen it at all. But with that being said, I'll ask you, especially if you're new here or if you're watching on the replay, please leave your comments below. Listen, what needs to happen in this case is public outrage, right? Public outrage. The public demand for something better, for true justice in this, both for Richard Allen, but also for Libby and Abby, right? True justice, true transparency, truth, and it's only going to happen when these people are forced by public pressure to do something about it. Anyhow, I'd like to thank everyone who was here and who participated in the live chat in real time. I do truly appreciate your input and your discussions. It's essential. And please hit the subscribe button while you're here if you haven't subscribed yet, so that we can continue this. And we want to hear from you. We seek public input. I seek conversation. Whether you agree or disagree with Richard Allen or any of this, I think a conversation is what is needed, not the stifling of conversation and discussion, not the steering of narratives, but the opening the books and the opening of the floor to genuine conversation and sharing of information. No matter what your perspective is, good faith discussion and debate is welcome. Bad faith actors, like we seem to be plagued with in this case, are not welcome. So figure out which side you're on. There's only two sides, right? There's the truth and there's lies. There's what really happened and what's been shoved down your throats. That's your only two sides. And the only way it's going to happen is if we engage in good faith discussion and debate, sharing of information, and community comes together to demand truth and justice for these girls and for Richard Allen. Because the way this went down, it's absolutely clear. It's complete and utter bullshit. It's a railroading. It's a frame job. It's a travesty of justice, not the playing out of justice. Okay? So with that being said, I want to thank you for being here. And this is the Delphi Files, okay? Episode 1 here tonight, another look at the 2019 documentary. Okay, so thank you all for being here. I'm going to say hello to or goodbye to the chat, and hello and goodbye as we get out of here. And hey, we'll see you very soon. We're going to be rolling these out on a consistent basis, and we're going to be reviewing every single screenshot, every single piece of media, and every single document that we can. Okay, so God bless you all. God bless Libby and Abby, and appreciate you for taking the time to be here. All right, so yeah, we're out of here. Good night, everyone, and good vibes to you. Enjoy your night. Love your kids. Love your wife. All right, hug your husbands, and hide your kids and hide your wife if you're in Indiana, because they rape everybody out there.
Obviously, we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they're raping everybody out here.
And good night. We'll see you next time.
It was our job to help law enforcement.
Bruh.
All we need good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, only good vibes. So basic, I'm going basic and basic. My heart is so cold, my energy is contagious. All the pain I can't take it, I'm saying brighter than grace. Cause I know everything that I've been doing. I've been too days, yet it's been acting shady. But I don't take it personal, no, the memories fade. I'm enjoying the moment, I was on the road. Taking from the reflex, stepping back, the truth.
Trying to rape them, so y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they're raping everybody out here.
I've been in the booth speaking for my soul.
It was our job.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Stuck in that circle, saying hello. I've been protecting myself. If your intentions are not pure, I can't let you get too close. Cause I'm vibrating high. Ain't got time for your ego. These niggas quit to turn me back. Acting like the amigos, he never cared in the shows. Wasn't with you at your lows, assuming that you wanna fold. But baby, I've been growing ever since I let you go. And I've been doing better, and I know that hurts to know. Hurts to know. Only good vibes around me, and that's for sure. Only good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, only need good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, only need good vibes. Can't lie, only need good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes. You see me searching for my inner peace, I've been learning more about myself and my purpose. You've always come to the surface with hurting, but I had to heal, releasing all the pain that I always held. Like going with some change, I'll make it still, protecting my soul and keep it real. We need good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes, only need good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes, only need good vibes. I can't lie, only need good vibes, good vibes. Good vibes, good vibes.
It was our job to help law enforcement.
Well, obviously we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they're raping everybody out here.